As we saw in the prior clip, there are 3 places to write our JavaScript code. We can add JavaScript in line with the HTML element using an event attribute. This makes it clear which element and event the code is for. But using the event attribute mixes the page structure and content with the JavaScript code, and it makes it more difficult to maintain that code. We could instead add JavaScript in line with a script element just above the closing body tag, but code in the HTML file can't easily be shared or reused with other pages. Often the best option is to use an external.js file. There are 3 basic steps to writing our JavaScript code using an external.js file. First, we create a file with a .js extension. Next, we add JavaScript code to that file. Lastly, we link the .js file to the HTML file using a script element. We set its src or source attribute to the location of our .js file. And as with the inline approach, we put the script element just above the closing body tag. Let's try it out. We'll create an external.js file for our JavaScript and move our code from our web page to that file. We are back in VS Code with our Guess a Number folder open on the left. The page is running in the browser on the right. We want to add an external JavaScript file. Click to open Explorer. To keep our project organized, let's add a scripts folder. Click on index.html to ensure we're not inside the styles folder. Then click New Folder and name it Scripts. Select the scripts folder and click New File to create a new external JavaScript file. We'll name it the same name as our page with a .js extension, so index.js. In our example, this file will contain all of the JavaScript code for our index.html page. For a site with lots of interactivity, we may want multiple JavaScript files, each named based on its purpose. I'll drag the index.html file to the right so we can see both files in the editor, and close Explorer for more space. Let's cut the console.log from the HTML file and paste it into our index.js file. Will that work? In the browser, click Refresh, and nothing appears in the browser console. What did we forget? We didn't link our .js file to our HTML file. Back in VS Code, in the script element we already have, let's add the src or source attribute and set it to the location of our JavaScript file, scripts/index.js. Looking back at the browser, our message now appears in the console. We didn't refresh the page. How did the browser know to reload and show our message? Every time we make a change, if we have VS Code's autosave feature checked, VS Code automatically saves our changes. And when the live server extension we installed sees a change, it automatically refreshes our page, so we see our latest code edits. When the page is refreshed, the browser processes the HTML page again from top to bottom, displaying the HTML and running the JavaScript code that's within the script tags. Since we set the src attribute, the browser loads the reference JavaScript file and runs it, displaying our message. In VS Code, let's close the index.html file so we have more room for our JavaScript, and leave our VS Code and browser open. Now let's head back to the slides. So, best practice generally recommends using external JavaScript files. We define a JavaScript file with a .js extension. We add our code to this file. We then link to the file from the HTML file using the script element. This tells the browser to run the code in the file when displaying the page. We normally add the script element after the HTML elements, just above the closing body tag. That way our HTML can work with the displayed elements on the page. Next up, let's explore JavaScript variables. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.